What's up, guys? Adrian from AC Designs Garage, and on today's episode, you see it in the background. We got lucky enough to scoop up one of these VEVOR diesel heaters, and I can't wait to use it, so we're going to throw it together real quick, and I'm going to tell you how we're going to use it in the shop around here, so let's get at it. All right, guys, here she is. This thing ain't too big. Let me grab us a measuring device real quick, and we're going to give us some freedom units here, and we're going to see how big this unit is. She's about 16 inches tall, 16 inches wide, and we'll call that 6.5, 7 inches thick. I like them measurements. But yes, very compact. Kind of reminds me of the size of like the old computer towers. Anyway, what this is a diesel heater. We'll pop this top off real quick so you can see it. I ain't got a fingernail, I can't get it under here, so. It's a pretty tricky little unit here. It's all cool digital display, got a remote control, everything cut it on off. Some of you guys don't know what these are. A lot of people use these in RVs and like the rooftop tents and stuff when they go overland and all that stuff. It works good for that. But I was talking earlier about, you know, heating the shop, and VEVOR reached out and said, hey, you want to try one of these? I was like, sure. It's 8 kilowatts is how they rate this thing, but in the old BTU world, I did a conversion, and it's 27,000 BTU. And like I said before, we use the jet heaters in here, and they get strong and stanky. But I'm hoping what I can do is maybe if it's really cold, I can use the jet heater and get it warm in here, and then just cut it off, and we'll sustain it with the VEVOR here. But yeah, let's get her open and let you check her out. These things run off a 12 volt. Let me sit y'all up here. You just lift this here. We gotta pull my little thingies back out of the way. That easy, you can get into it. None of them bunch of machine screws is hard to get in there. And another reason I took it off, anytime you buy any of these things online or anything, it don't have to be from VEVOR or anybody, they get shipped, they vibrate and stuff. So we're gonna go over and check all like the fuel line connections, just whatever little connections, just make sure this stuff's good and tight before we start messing with her here. Everything looks good and sanitary. Now the tank does float around, but it don't matter because the little spout sticks out of the hole that centers it for you, so that's no big deal. Yeah, it's got a cool tank. Everything looks good. I like to look around sharp edges and make sure there ain't no frays or anything. Right here's the power. We're just going to use my trolling motor battery here, but you can use a power supply. It's a 12 volt 15 amp. I think it's got your little inline fuse. Let's see what she is here. I'm getting old, I can't see it. Looks like a 25 amp. When you get old, you carry flashlights. Yeah, 25. It's got a 25 amp. So if you're doing like I saw guys go on Amazon, and you can go look on there for like the cigarette lighter types where you can hook it up. You want one that's at least, I think the guys I saw said you want one at least 15 amps maybe. I'm just going to use mine off a battery. I may get a power supply later. Yeah, we're just going to put 2 little old ring terminals on there. So basically it comes put together except for your exhaust and your intake and stuff like that, and a few little things. But real quick, I'm going to run over it and just check all the tightness of everything and make sure everything's good and tight. And cool thing about it, these things ship fast. You get them quick. All right, guys, we're going to check yep, them's tight. Them's tight. Let's go around, see if there's anything else we need to check. All the hoses are run through here. That's not a real sharp edge. You could go in there and put something in there. Probably one thing I'd like to do, I don't think I have one. It wouldn't be bad to put you a little grommet in here. But I mean, it shouldn't be, I guess, going down the road or something maybe. We may get us a grommet put in there if I have one. I'll do that later, but you ain't got to worry about taking all this apart and cutting ends off. You can just split it and stick it in there. Probably a little 1/4 inch grommet. Work good. That'd be the only thing maybe I'd do is just for precautionary measures. Because I think everything else, I don't think it's really going to wear it or anything. Or we could put some more, that looks like gaff tape. Just run you some gaff tape or something on in there. It'd be good. Yeah, everything else looks pretty good. Nothing looks chafed or anything like that. Right there's some of the information if you want to check that out. It's a 8 kilowatt heating power, 12 volt, 40 watt diesel heater. All right, let's get into the other stuff real quick. That there look good, so I can put the cover back on. It's hard to do this stuff one-handed. Yeah, come here. All right, I gotta do this with 2 hands. There we go. Now you see, guys, the tank won't move around. You got your sight glasses in here for the fuel. And one thing you do need to realize on these things is I think they run around 10 hours on tank fuel. It depends on how much horsepower you use and stuff and how high you got it crunk up. This is what you get in your box. It comes with this and basically this on top of it, and that's about everything. This is your exhaust pipe that goes underneath. We'll spin it over a minute. But you do need to put some standoff blocks on it if you're gonna like set it up and use it as a stationary unit, because where the exhaust comes out the bottom, it gets really hot, and if you got it sitting on a wood table or something, it could burn it. So we're gonna elevate it up like 4 inches or so where the exhaust and the intake stuff comes out. But this is your exhaust pipe, stainless flex little pipe comes with it. This is your ductwork, and that little one in there is your intake pipe. Yeah, your ductwork goes on here. Now this is a 3-inch. I say if you're going to do like a rooftop tent, you're going to extend it on up. You need to do an adapter and jump up to 4-inch, like, you know, dryer hose or something. You want to run up the 4-inch kind. Make sure it's rated for heat. It's probably got 300-degree temperature coming out of it, so you're going to have a good heat-rated dryer hose. But 4-inch, you have to just get you an adapter. I'm just going to use it like this, and we're going to put the little thing on it to where we can direct it around and stuff like that. But anywho, that might be for later. Here's your muffler. Got your stainless muffler unit that just slides on the end of that. Make her quiet. And there's your little intake filter and all your hoses and hose clamps and all these cool things. Man, this thing's loaded with all kind of goodies. First, we're going to turn it over and go ahead and hook up the old muffler and the intake. Also, guys, make sure when you turn it over to hook this stuff up, don't put your diesel fuel into last, because it'll leak out, of course. But here she is, the underbelly side of it. That's the front where it comes out. And if you look real close right here, you can see an arrow right here that's pointing this way. That's your exhaust, and that's your intake over here next to the little fuel line here. Intake goes there, and you put a clamp on it. Then I guess you could run it out like that. I like the intake run out like that, maybe. And then your exhaust, I don't think it matters which one goes where, and you just bend that accordingly how you want it. We'll get the clamp on it and get her bent around. All right, I'm gonna get my bag of goodies here. There's my intake pipe here. It just, look at it, it's got little threads on it. You just thread this pipe right up in here, go against her there, and we'll just get our appropriate clamps. We got 1, 2. Right, we're gonna slide this one right here on there. That's the biggest one. We'll get these tightened up. Cool thing is, when you go tighten these up, they put you a little hole here to where you can get down there and tighten stuff. You ain't got to have a little stubby. But I'm going to go ahead and put this intake one on. Good enough. You ain't got to hog down and crush it or nothing, by no means. Put that on here and loosen it up. I don't know if it's supposed to go through this hole or not, but I think it looks cool. So we're gonna make sure this is up. That way we can come down through that hole. This here, slide on. A little bendy bend into that one. And we'll get this spunt around right there. And we're gonna come down through this little slot here. Give this a little snug. Let me rotate this up just a hair. Alright, got that good and tight. I'm gonna pull this little unit here off, and I'm gonna do a quick little best can. You gotta watch now. This stuff here is thin. It's probably better maybe if we did it with it on here. Just getting this out of the way for right now. Yeah, I barely touched that and it went that way. Yeah, we're about to kink it on around, but we'll get it on here so it's got get on here so I don't kink it all up. I like when stuff comes together pretty much put together. I do like this feature. I'm glad they thought of this, because it would have been a pain to get down in there. All right, now you can take a block of wood, or I'm just going to take this piece of aluminum because I got it here. There we go. That should be good enough. Like I said, I'm gonna put it up on blocks. Probably give her a little hooch that way. And you can buy extensions of this stuff online, so that's pretty trick looking there. It looks like some motorcycle stuff. Alright guys, I just cut some 2x4s. I think they're 8 inches long. They're 7 5/8 long. We just stood them up on end. I got some of these pretty rad. I like these Torx bit or where they are. Those are 3-inch screws. Just gonna pop me a couple washers on it. I'm gonna run them back at an angle a little bit because I got it kind of towards the front here. You're down there close where we can adjust it a little bit and get them good and square. There we go. Before we crunk them down. Tight. All right. Now we're gonna go to the back. I like these little Torx bit, whatever they are. These things work great. So now we officially got a lift kit on her, and it should be good and stable, but if we need to, we can run a cross brace, whatever. Got our, looks like a shotgun motorcycle exhaust right out here. We may zip tie this back over here. You want your intake kind of away from it. We might take it out of this hole and put it over somewhere else. We're just gonna try her for now. Yep, there she is. Got a good lift kit on her. Everything clears underneath good, and got plenty of room under that pipe. We got that one. Oh, we got to put our big fancy muffler on there. Man, look at that unit. Oh, look at that polished stainless muffler. I think I'm gonna run her. I don't guess there's a in or out. I guess they're all the same. Get inside. Yeah. I'm gonna leave her like that. Yeah, I don't like it like that. We'll put it like this. I guess once we get it to our mount point, it does come with this cool little bracket here. You can mount off of something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find somewhere to put it. This is for temporary. So I'm gonna put this bracket back in here. I guess I could put it down here just to spun this around, put this on the bottom. That way it'll support it on the table. Let's see how that does. Heck yeah, that'll work right there. We'll do that. Keep her from bouncing around too much. I'm just going to put them on here finger tight. This will help support it. All right, that'll sit there, support that nicely. We'll put these extra things back in the box. But yeah, you got to have this outside, guys. So probably what I'd do is I'd run this through. They got them plates you can use, but like our wall over there is all metal. So we'll probably figure it out once we figure where we want it. All right, now for the wiring. Like I said, we're going to be using my trolling motor battery off my boat. You know what, guys? Just came to me. That might be what I use. Going catfishing in the wintertime on the lake, put this unit on there. Pontoon boat's open. Make a great heater. Just an idea. Take our sandwich bread thingy off here. All we're gonna do is put these little, see, it looks like you got about, I'd say a good 3 foot of wire here. And all I'm gonna do is just put some of these little ring terminals, or whatever you call them. Go here and strip just a little bit more back. I'll get off there. There we go. Get a good twisty twist. Here, and give her a good squeeze on there. Yeah. All right. Now we're ready to ring terminal that unit up to the battery. Got that part done. Let's let that dangle there. All right, we gotta put the exhaust clamp on here. And what I do with my screwdriver. There it is. All right, all that's good to go. Got the 2 big clamps for the feed. These are pretty self-explanatory here. This is for your heater duct here, I guess you'd call it. This is where your nice dry air comes, dry fume-free air comes from. Alright guys, what you do, this is your little rotating turny vent thingy. That's what I'm going to call it. Just snap that unit together there. And you got your different rotation for that. So we're going to slide this one on before we tighten that down. Back this off. Alright guys, you just take your end like that, slide it up in the hose. And then once you get it clamped, you got this rotating where you can fire it sideways, down, up, all that good stuff. So I'm going to clock these the same direction here. Right, it's good and tight. You rotate your end there. Tighten this backing up. Alright, that's good and tight. What else we got left in here? I think some of this other stuff's just mountain bracketry. Because I don't see nothing else that needs anything. Put my remote back on here. Pretty simple, on, off, plus and minus. I mean, we'll fill her up with some diesel fuel. Alright guys, we're going to get this thing hooked up and get her primed, get her fired up, see how she does. I'm pretty sure on this one here, when you fire it up the very first time, it'll self-prime. We're going to try to... A lot of people get these and they hook them up and they won't run and stuff, and that's why, because it takes a while for it to prime. So we're going to hook the positive to the positive. You need to make sure you got a good fastened clamp on here so it gets a good connection. You don't want to just put alligator clips or something. So we're going to get these tightened down good. We're going to go over here and cut the power on and see she'll start ticking, see if that pump will start ticking. Alright, if you want to see how I got it ran here, I just got the muffler. You can pull the door shut and stuff. This is just temporary now because I'm gonna use this thing on my pontoon boat. I think it's gonna work great, but I just got it set up here for the demonstration purpose. You don't want the intake, see the intake hoses back here, you don't want it near to where it can draw that in and stuff in the back of the machine. So I may slide it back just a little bit more to where it's drawing clean air. You really don't want to cover up this back fan right here, because whatever it sucks through here, that's what blows across the heating element and comes out the front. So if you're sucking in stinky, fumy diesel air, that's where it's going to go out there, and it's going to keep circulating it and stuff. So make sure you got that in a good clean. Be neat maybe to put a duct on it and duct it to the outside maybe. I don't know, just a thought. We've got her plugged in. We got the remote, or you can just do this is the on power button here to the right. There's 4 buttons. There's a up, a down, a mode, and a power button. We can just hit this. All right, fire in the hole. Well, this thing talks to you. So I'm gonna let it just sit here and run. I'll probably fast forward this. It's blowing just a little air out. Probably can't hear it. Blow it towards the blowing cool air out right now. We're gonna let it sit here and run for probably 3 or 4 minutes. I think that's what on the very initial startup, if it's got air in the lines, it takes 3 or 4 minutes to get it started up. We'll let it run a little bit. We may fast forward it, but I just want to see how long it takes. We just started it. It is 10:29, and I'll bring you back when it starts so we know how long it takes. As for this, I hadn't set anything up, the language or anything like that. You can set the language, I guess, for the voice and the units and everything. I ain't set nothing up. I plugged it on that battery and hit the power button. That's all we've done. All right, 10:30. It's already started here. It's starting to pump, ticking. I forgot to check the daggone pipe for it. It's 75. It's probably started warming up. Let me check the muffler. Muffler's already up to 112. All right, I can start. It's 10:32. I've started to notice it was 75. Get this real quick. 158 degrees on that. $10:32. It was 75. We're at 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's up to that 120 if you get it down there. Man, that thing is warm. I don't smell any fumes at all. And that's not that loud, guys. I mean, 10:33. Yeah. Come here. Got 163 degrees coming out that unit. Man, this thing is rad. Guys, this is gonna work great for the paint booth. Clean air, it don't smell like diesel or kerosene blowing like the salamander, I guess that's what they call them. We call them jet heaters because they look like a jet engine. It's not that loud, listen to it, guys. And this thing will run, I hadn't done a run test, but I watched a lot of guys that have. And we get it into paint booth, we'll do some more videos on it, but they say this thing will run like 10 hours. Man, you put that thing in a rooftop tent, you'd be running out that mug. You'd be sweating. It's gonna work great for fishing on the pontoon in the wintertime. We can put that mug on there, kick that exhaust off the side, and be nice and toasty. All right, let's see what 1034. Let's check this heat. 195, depends on where you shoot it. 209, 221. 230, right there's about 230. This stuff is warm, guys. I mean, it's crazy. How hot's that? That pipe right there is 168, 170, 175. I need to remove my row mode off of it. Like the machine itself, 86 degrees, 84 degrees, 88, 86. Let's go out here and see what the pipe is, how far back the pipe gets hot from the muffler here. That muffler works really good. All right. I don't even smell, even though it is, you need this plumbed outside. You don't want any carbon monoxide or anything inside the where you're at for sure. Stay safe, guys, but I don't smell anything. Okay, we had 100, 200, 210, 225. All right, right out of there, we're about 200. We're gonna go all the way down to here and see if it gets cooler. See, it's, once it gets about here, don't try this at home, but I'm dumb. It's hot. It ain't ridiculous, but I wouldn't hold it. I like the machine itself, 90-some degrees. That's a little warm on this duct, but this bad boy is blowing out some 242 degree Fahrenheit. That thing is hot, son. Guys, I never knew I needed one of these, but I've been needing this thing. You run them old salamander heaters in here, them things will wear you out. But I'm gonna let this thing run till, we started it at 10:30 basically. I'm gonna let it run an hour. We'll let it run till 11:30 before I go eat a bean and just check the temperatures and stuff. I might have to point that thing outside because that thing getting hot. So we'll get back with you guys. So far, super impressed. I dig it. And this thing is very reasonable for under $100 or so. I can't remember. I'm gonna put the link down below if y'all want one. Go scoop it up, help the channel out if you want one. All right, guys, it's warm in here. I got the door wide open. But it's been running about an hour. Started at 10:30. Still doing good. I checked the battery. The battery's still over 12 volts. Been running. I've been running on kind of medium to medium high. And we'll get her turned around here. Check her out. If you can, I don't know if you can see the. Go up here with the row mode. Here, speeding up. I wanted to show you how loud it was at the maximum setting, but up in there, I don't know if the lights picking it up or not, but man, that stuff is hot. Let me get my little temperature gauge here. See what we're getting. Ooh, can't hold it there long. About 255, 260 degrees. Now that's crunk up. That's about as loud as it is, but I mean, me and Dad was sitting down here talking a while ago and it's not that loud. Look at this, see how hot this is. About 240, 250. As you come this way here to the muffler, it starts cooling off some. But even out here at the muffler, now like I said, you need to vent it outside also if you're going to use it inside. I'd put a carbon monoxide detector just to be safe, guys. But I can't smell any odors. Like I said, that needs to vent outside. But this here, it's just good hot dry air, no bunch of moisture in it's coming across that element. we'll bring it back down. Like I said, this thing's rad. It's Bluetooth. I gotta get a new phone. May do an update video later. This remote works great. We'll cut it down to about right there. You can hear it slowing down. Me and Dad was talking about it. I'm gonna finish metaling my door here. We're gonna come off here with a little angle iron metal frame and set it right there. We'll probably put a power supply, because I gotta have my trolling motor battery. But we're gonna put a little power supply where it hangs on the door, it swings, and we're gonna go through the door with the muffler and stuff, and we'll just get us a dish. Like I said before, if you're gonna go any longer than this pipe here, this is 3-inch, you need to jump up to a 4-inch with an adapter. They say it's not good on the machine. I don't know if it's because of the overheat or what, because you know, just the volume and stuff, I guess. I don't know. Make sure you get you a good dryer vent tube. It's good for heat, because like I said, that's 260, 270 sometimes degree heat. Check it one more time since it slowed it down. 263 is, I can't hardly hold my hand in front of it. But yeah, guys, what do y'all think? Me and my wife was talking about it, and we may buy some of these and send up to the victims up in the western North Carolina mountains and stuff. I mean, I don't know if you guys know any guys up there or anything, that let me know. I think this may be a good heater for them. I mean, even if you're having to stay in a tent, this thing here, this is what it's designed for, and it'll supposedly run off like a gallon of diesel fuel 10 hours or so if you ain't got it cranked wide open, and I don't see it needing to be cranked wide open. They're under $100. I think I looked online at around $97, $98. Man, you can't beat that for a 27,000 BTU. Shoots out 265 degree, hot, clean, non-stanky air. You can't beat it, guys. But yeah, so far I'm really impressed. The remote works good. Everything, it was just plug and play. I showed you in the video where we just put a few little things on and put the fuel in it, hooked it to the battery, and hit power and sit there. I think it was 3 minutes or so. You have to go back and look. It primed itself, it got ready, I'm firing the hole, son, so can't beat it. Under $100 for a heater. But yeah, drop down below, see what y'all think. We're getting ready to cut that check. A lot of y'all would give money and stuff right up there, so we're getting ready to cut check, send that up there. Maybe we'll buy some of these from VEVOR and send up there. I think it'd be a good thing. Donate, not expensive, help these guys out. It's getting cold up there, so it's already snowing and stuff, so yeah. Let me know if y'all got any guys y'all hook up with, anything up there, know any groups or anything. Kind of picky on where I send stuff. I want it to get to them, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, do one more look around on it and we'll be done. Yeah, like it's got the clear sights. Now I didn't have it filled all the way up. It's only used like one little mark in an hour, and I had it cranked up pretty good. Yeah, that's the filtered intake. It goes into I guess the heating unit itself, and this here's your hole to go into the where it blows all the way through. So don't want to block out or put any stanky stuff in front of it, but yeah, working pretty good. I'm gonna show you real quick what you need to do when you turn it off. You don't want to just go in there and just yank the battery cable off or nothing like that. It has a cool down function on it and stuff, and you really need to do that because you don't want to mess it up. I think these things will last for a long time. Like I said, these guys in the mountains could use them maybe. They got car batteries. These things could save some lives, so I think we may scoop up some, send them up there. Anyhow, this is how you cut her off. Of course, it's got an off button on the remote. That's how I'll probably cut it off, but also you can just hit the power button here. So we're gonna kill her.
Stop heating.
Let you see the shutdown cycle. Slow down like a jet. You can still hear the fan barely turning in there and stuff. Yeah, I can feel a little heat coming out of here. Just help cool the unit off.
Thanks for using. I wish you a safe journey.
Did that thing wish me a safe journey? That's a cool little feature, guys. I think it's pretty neat. But yeah, let me know what you think below, guys. I'll put the link to this unit down there. Like I said, it's under $100. I think it works really good. Just like I said, safety. Make sure you get you a good carbon monoxide detector. Make sure it's vented well and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Drop down comments what you think. And remember, guys, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.